Hmm. Hey, good morning. I'm Heather, and it's time for today's reading from Meditations for Women Who Do Too Much, but I've just changed it to Meditations for Those Who Do Too Much. The original book's by Anne Wilson Schaef. Isolation. Trading whatever dream she had for the isolation and certainty of her enclosures. By Norma Jean Harris, in quotes Sheila Ballantyne. She went by both names. Rarely do we recognize the construction of our enclosures until they are already built. We are fooled by their illusory appearance. They look like security, prestige, power, influence, money, and acceptance. It is only when the construction is completed that we realize that we are enclosed in splendid isolation. When did it happen? We looked down at our work or our lives for only a second and then looked up to find that our illusions of security have become a benevolent prison. Prisons have rooms for fantasies, but prisons have little room for dreams. We have misjudged our priorities. Understatement of the fucking year. We do not want the isolation of success at any cost. Somehow we thought we could have it all, and now all of it has us. My isolation has been of my making, so my reaching out for help can also be of my doing. So during this time, when so many are really distressed about not being able to be close with their friends and family, like not being able to be physically close to them, I understand has been really challenging. But by this continued focus on what we cannot have, we're really missing the point on what is available. Because sure, yes, some of the things that are familiar and comfortable and desired are not available right now. But guess what? So much more is. And it's when you can really ask yourself, okay, well, this is not available. Like, I can't go cuddle with my friends right now, or I can't go to a big dance event where everybody is together. What is available? Sitting outside with a friend and just talking is an incredible experience that I think so many of us have just kind of forgotten about and are not remembering that's still available. Even with a handful of friends, you can sit outside really easily and have a pretty amazing conversation, still sitting 6 to 8 feet apart from each other. And it's through tuning into the simplicity and the subtleties of what's available that you'll realize just there's a whole nother world out there. And I learned that when I was in a time of self-imposed isolation, essentially. Again, this harkens back to my illness time frame. And I really thought I was alone, and I really thought there was nobody that I could talk to, and that I just had to do it on my own. It was bullshit. That was a story that I told myself. It wasn't actually true. And actually, an awful lot of what we tell ourselves is not actually true. An awful lot of what we believe are lies. And then there's a lot of different ways to read that. But I found the space that was available and started to recognize all that really was available by going on walks by myself. Well, my dog would take me for walks because she needed to go potty. And I just really dug into the subtleties and the details and the deliciousness and the beauty of the flowers and the plants and the artistry of the way people cared for their homes. And by focusing on that simplicity and that beauty, and getting really, really close in to like an individual flower or plant, and really studying the depths of the colors and the veins in the leaves, I realized that this had been there all along and I'd never noticed it before. I'd never taken the time to slow down and just really sink into the subtleties and the details. And I honestly believe that's what's available for us right now in our lives as well. Thank you for being on the receiving end of this. I hope you go out and choose to have a fuck yes day.